program. What an experience it is. The one thing that really comes to mind straight away is the opportunity that it does actually give you to meet different women across the business in different locations, to talk about shared experiences. Sometimes, it does expose some of your vulnerabilities because you're in quite a safe environment. You can talk about situations that you might have been in before and explore ways of working through those. The things that I really enjoyed about the program and that I really felt like I took away was I met a great number of women that I hadn't worked with in the business before, and that in itself was wonderful. Hearing all the stories, and so many of them resonated with myself and my journey, and developing a much better understanding of the psychology of why we do behave the way that we do, and how our past experiences have actually shaped our perspectives. In terms of the wonderful toolbox that we were able to take away with us, one of the things that has been an ongoing one for me is just in terms of how we communicate. And as women, we do quite often apologise for asking for something from someone else. And it's been a bit about really bringing that consciousness forward in terms of not feeling like you do need to apologise for asking someone if they can complete something for you. Just changing the language that we do actually use on a day-to-day basis. And then having the ongoing project at the end of the course, it really gives you a way to actually then cement what you have learnt and really start to build on that, and to actually then share the value of what you have learnt with the rest of the business. So absolutely wonderful experience from my perspective, and I would not hesitate at all in recommending that anyone who's thinking about doing it, put your hand up. It's great.
I'm here today because I'm actually a really big advocate of this program after I completed it earlier this year. So I went in probably not expecting too much, if I'm completely honest, but only because I've done a lot of other courses with other companies where you tend to forget about it, as soon as you go back to your day-to-day job. But this one actually taught me quite a lot of things that I was able to apply to my day-to-day job and have been ever since. So, for example, I learned a lot about confident communication, communicating more confidently in writing and in meetings as well. Eliminating words like sorry and just, similar to what Michelle said about apologising for yourself. But for me, the two biggest takeaways were that shortly after completing the program, I volunteered to be a speaker on our International Women's Day panel, which was massive for me. That's not something I would have done even 6 months earlier. And also I approached my manager about a promotion. So for me, those were two really big, tangible takeaways that made a huge difference to me. And also getting to work with all the women that I wouldn't come across day to day and wouldn't normally get to work with, that was a big plus as well.
The voices often aren't heard, and we looked at different strategies to hear all the different voices, not just women's voices, but people who might be shy in meetings or not feeling confident enough to put up their hands.
It doesn't matter how many people are in the meeting. It just makes you more aware of the people that are more reluctant to put themselves forward, and just providing that supportive framework for them to be able to do that and to be heard, so that everybody has input, because everybody having input is to the benefit of the business.
And it is really just about raising that awareness, because you're not even conscious of it. And you talk a lot about how you do these things unconsciously. And that should have an impact across the whole business and make a greater sense of belonging.